2026 has been unforgettable moments for horror movie fans. And we are not even started yet. Whether your taste leans toward psychological nightmares, supernatural hauntings, or violent slasher chaos, this year has already delivered scaries for every type of horror fans. So if you wonder which 2025 releases are actually worth watching, this list will point you in the right decision. So these are the best horror movies of 2025 so far. Comment below which one terrified you the most. And don't forget to subscribe for more horror breakdowns. Alright, the first or the 11th movie is Bring Her Back. Directed by Filippo Brothers, Bring Her Back is an Australian supernatural horror that premiered in May. Alright, the film follows two half-siblings, Andy and Piper, played by Billy, alright, and Sora. After discovering their father dead in the bathroom, 17-year-olds Andy and his blind younger stepsister are taken in by their foster mother, Laura, portrayed with chilling precision by Sally. Once they settle in, the kids' story notes in disturbing behavior from Laura. They uncover her involvement in occult rituals, all aimed at resurrecting her deceased daughter. The film stands out thanks its slow-burning dread and eerie atmosphere. The VHS-inspired visuals give the movie a nostalgic yet deeply unsettling mood that lingers long after the credits. Hawkins delivered an unnervingly controlled performance, and the young cast adds surprising emotional depth. If atmospheric, mystery-driven horror is your style, Bring Her Back is one of my favorite and strongest movies of the year. 10. Final Destination Bloodlines. Final Destination Bloodline marks the sixth entry in the iconic franchise. Directed by Zach and Aidan, the film introduces Stephanie Reyes, played by Caitlin Santana, a college student tormented by vivid nightmares. Seeking answers, Stephanie returns home to confront her grandmother, Iris, portrayed by Brack Basinger. As the two revel their family stories, Stephanie discovers a terrifying generational connection to premonitions and to death itself, which has stalked their bloodline for decades. The cast includes Theo O'Brien's, Richard, Owen Patrick, Ryan, and of course Tony Todd, representing his role as William Blueworth. Todd's presence gives longtime fans that nostalgic wave only he can deliver. The film has been praised for revitalizing the franchise, inventive kill sequences, creative setups, and deeper lore about Death's design. If supernatural horror with high stakes is your thing, this installment is absolutely worth watching. The Ugly Stepsister. Some horror films shock you with gore, or disturbs you with silence. The Ugly Stepsister manages to do both, while twisting a classic fairy tale into something grotesque and unforgettable. Written and directed by Emily, this Norwegian body horror reimagines the Cinderella story through a warped feminist lens. Set in a bleak fairy tale, The Ugly Stepsister, constantly overshadowed by her conventionally beautiful sibling, Tia Sophie. Obsessed with transforming herself to win the prince, Elva undergoes increasingly horrific body modification, including graphic surgeries and disturbing switched eyelid scene, and even swallowing a tapeworm to lose weight. But the shock factor isn't empty. The film critics' beauty standards identify, and the crushing pressure to be worthy. It's one of the most disturbing Cinderella interpretations ever made, and it leaves you thinking long after you discover and recover from the visuals. Next is The Monkey, written and directed by Osgood Oz Perkins. The Monkey adapts Stephen King's short story into a darkly comedic horror ride. Theo James played both Hall and Bill, twin brothers whose childhood was ruined by a cursed winds-up monkey toy. Anytime the toy claps its symbols, tragedy struck, including their mother's death. Decades later, the toy mysteriously returns, forcing the now distant brothers to confront the curse again. The cast features Tatiana, Sarah, and Elijah, adding human and old charm to the chaos. The film blends exaggerated gore with black comedy leaning into cartoon-like mayhem, while still delivering gruesome and creative kills. For fans of comedy horror with personality, The Monkey is stand out. And The Hue of Jenny Penn. Starring the legendary Jeffrey Rush, The Hue of Jenny Penn is one of this year's strongest indie psychological horrors. Rush plays Stefan, a non-influential judge who suffers a stroke mid-sentencing and is moved to a care facility. Across the hall is Dave, who clings to a creepy hand puppet named Jenny Penn, a eyeless puppet that becomes the instrument of Stefan's torment. As Stefan's sanity unravels, he must determine whether Jenny's threats are supernatural or painful real. Rush and Lithgow deliver outstanding performance, and the film's claustrophobic visuals and oppressive sound design create an atmosphere thick with dread. If you love a slow burn horror with psychological weight, this one will stay under your skin. Next movie is Companion. Directed and written by Drew Hancock, Companion is a sci-fi horror thriller starring Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid. The movie follows Edith and Josh on a getaway with friends at a remote lakeside state. Iris feels increasingly unsettled by Josh's controlling behavior and by their host Sergei's strange demeanor. When a guest turns up that the truth unravels, Iris is actually a companion robot created by Josh, programmed to obey him. Despite its small budget, the film skillfully blends dark comedy, horror, and sci-fi themes. Thatcher delivers a standout performance, evolving from obedient machine to self-aware survivor. Quaid perfectly portrays the manipulative, nice guy whose masks cracks over time. It's tight, clever, unsettling, and full of smart commentary. A must-watch for fans of thought-provoking horror. The next movie is Presence, directed by Steven Soderbergh and written by David Koop. Presence released in the US in January of last year. The setup is simple. A grieving family moves into a suburban home and quickly senses they aren't alone. What makes the movie unique is that it often shows scenes that from the ghost perspective, watching the family silently from corners and hallways. This creates a creeping, ultimate sense of dread without relying on loud scares. If you prefer subtle, moody ghost stories with artistic direction, Presence is one of the most haunted releases of the year. Megan 2.0. Megan 2.0 ramps up the intensifying this sleek sci-fi horror sequel. Written and directed by Garrett Johnston, he brings back Alison Williams and Violet McGraw, while Ivana joins as the new android antagonist Amelia. 3 years after the original film events, Gemma now works and an AI ethics advocate. When a rogue military android escapes, Megan resurfaces. Her consciences secretly pervert in Jammer's smart home, offering to help stop Amelia in exchange for a new body. The move shifts toward fast-paced action and futuristic calls, showcasing conspiracies, infiltration, and a potential AI uprising. It's more spectacle than for horror, but it's still widely entertaining for fans of tech-driven scares. The next movie is Hurt Eyes. Hurt Eyes is a Valentine's Day slasher rom-com released in February. Set in Seattle, the movie follows a masked killer known as Hurt Eyes, who travels city to city murdering couples every Valentine's Day. This year, co-workers Ailey and Jay are mistaken for a couple and become the killer's new targets. The support cast includes Michaela, Devon, and Jordana. Directed by Josh Rubin, the film serves up ultra-juice, gore, creative kills, and playful banter mixed with romantic tension. If you love slashers with humor and charm, Hurt Eyes delivers a blood-on ride 28 years later. Directed by Danny and writing by Alex, this movie is the long-anticipated third entry in the 28 Days Later series. The story follows a quarantined island community nearly 3 decades after the initial raid's outbreak. A 12-year-old boy named Spike ventures into the infected mainland with his father, James, uncovering new horrors, mutated infected, and groups of unstable survivors. Jodie Comer's plays Spike's stepmother, Eliza, while Half appears as Dr. Kelson, delivering a crucial moment that left many viewers shaken. It's a brutal, atmospheric, emotional, hefty continuation of the franchise and one of the most powerful horror movies. Sinners. Sinners is a southern gothic vampire epic set in Mississippi, centered on the twin World War I veterans Smoke and Stack, both portrayed by Michael B. Jordan. What begins as a richly layered period drama becomes a supernatural nightmare when a mysterious vampire named Ramek starts turning townfolk into the dead, including Smoke's cousin Sammy. The cast also features Hailey, Delroy, Yummy, directed and co-written by Ryan. The film blends horror, blues music, racial tension, and emotional storytelling. It's a breathtaking mix of genre, visual, music, and performance, and easily one of the most ambitious horror movies of the year. This is the video. If you like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more horror movies. I see you the next video and see you soon. Bye.